Today's exercise is the 4 elements that I normally use in a river scene. For today's exercise, I've selected a range of colours, just a few warm and cool colours for the sky and the trees and the reflections. First element is just creating a bit of contrast. Just put a little bit more detail into this area through here, which are the trees. And the way the embankment works is that it can go up into the tree line, or it can just stand in front of the tree line. Tree there, and just put that through here. And because reflections of the embankment come into it, just a little bit of green into there. The trees in the distance are always a bit softer, so we'll pop them in there. Stage 2, we'll just start working out our horizon line. Reflections need a little bit of depth. So if I put a bit of colour in here, it reflects in here at a slightly different tone. Just tone them down a little bit too strong there, so they're in around this shape. The reflections are always a downward stroke when you've got still water. Vary a little bit and grey it down a bit. Just by putting in another colour over the top, what that does is it changes the tonal value, more interest in the movement of the water. In your painting and in your water. But you can shape. The third element is things that lead into your water in the river. So this situation is basically just getting a reflection to start off with. Just putting some sort of an embankment. And around the rocks. Always put a little bit of a highlight on rocks, so in this situation here we might just put a bit of colour there, so that have a contrast into your water. You might even have a branch or two coming through, so if you have a branch coming up to the water and doing something along that way, always make sure that you have a reflection in the opposite direction. We move the water around some of the rocks in here. And Stage 4, the fisherman. Put a bit of reflection in. Put a few rocks in here. Often they're only halfway in. I have seen quite a few different colours around here, even the green. It's just shape, nothing else. I'll just take it there. That's number 1 fisherman. You might have another one in the distance. Sometimes there are often 2 or 3 fishermen. Okay, so that should be it. Now we're up to the stage doing a painting of a river scene using all the elements that we discussed in the small exercises. So stage 1, 2 and 3 should be able to combine into one nice painting. Going to start off with the sky area. Trees going to link into the water. It's up slightly higher than this edge here. Just to shape 2 small autumn looking trees. Just bring this one here forward a bit. Raised up a bit. This one here just brought down a bit. Got to look for the steps and the embankments and the sides of the river. So once I get that edge right, then the reflections just become an easy part of it. We start with the reflection, beginning with the sky, just to give us an idea of where that shape is. Trees on the left hand side are in shadow with a touch of brightness through that as far as a little bit of light hitting. Little holes in the trees creating the illusion that you're seeing through them. greenery and the embankment here. And have a look and see how that's affecting the rest of the image. This little rock here, I might make a slightly bigger one that I can reflect. Put a couple of smaller ones here. And on the left hand side here I might put in a bit more movement in the water. So we need to put a few more rocks just on the side here. That's what happens, is they come around the edge of the rocks and the water moves quite fast downstream. That's better. If the rocks are dark, you don't want to be putting a white highlight on them unless you really have intense light. What it's doing is it's allowing you to do just a little bit more of a story that's actually visible in your image. What we need to do now is just put a bit of detail like I have through here. So I've got these little rustic things sitting on the embankment that stick out a bit. Just a little bit of highlighting on these embankments, on the foliage, a few highlights on some of the trunks of the trees and towards the center. Doesn't look too bad. I think what he needs is actually a bit more colour, so we might put a red jacket or something on him. Put a little black bag there. Normally carry around a fishing basket. Once they get out into the water, they don't want to be coming back every 5 seconds if they catch a fish. So quick. Put one up here, a couple more there. Having done all of that, what you need to do is just sit back, have a look at it and see if all the elements that you've put in are helping the painting, and if they're not, fix up whatever you think needs to be fixed.